Hey guys, it's Taz from the Latte Library, and today I thought it would be super cool to do my very first YouTube book haul. So I went away to America this month, which is May by the way, and I was excited for two main reasons. One, I was heading to the last bookstore, and two, I was heading to a super popular author signing venue, Barnes & Noble at the Grove. And holy crap, I went pretty nuts, so I thought it would be pretty cool to show you guys what I got. So let's just get straight into it. I'll do it in kind of in order of purchase, so it kind of makes a bit more sense because there is a double up on one particular book. But anyway, so I flew from Brisbane to LA, and at Brisbane I found The Mister by E.L. James. Yes, she is a very controversial author. You either like her or you hate her. I tend to be one of the few that actually like her, and I was really looking forward to this book, especially after the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, because I freaking loved it. I have only read a chapter of this, but I do hope to read it in June, or to finish it in June. But yeah, so book number one. So after, we got to LA, I think on the second day, I went to the last bookstore, which if you've never been to the last bookstore, you really need to go there. It is like a piece of art, like a really big piece of art. It has new books, used books, rare books, books about freaking everything, honestly. It's just one of my new favorite places ever. Anyway, I went on a real good field trip there. If you follow my Instagram, or if we talk about books or whatever, you would know that I absolutely love Tamora Pierce. She is my favorite author. I actively collect signed books of hers, special editions. I will just spend money just to get all of her books with all the different covers and everything. I love her that much. So I went into the vintage section, which was really cool by the way, and I found some of her really old books. I don't actually know what editions these are, but when I saw them, I could have literally cried. In Australia, you go to a bookstore and you barely see her books. I check every time because I love her so much. She had a new book come out last year, I think. I don't know, within the last couple of years. And that's normally there, but her old stuff, which I think is her really good stuff, middle grade stuff, it's just not there. So I felt, firstly, I'll just go through them now. So this first book is In the Hand of the Goddess. Love this series so much. Look how old this cover is. It is so old. It's so old, but it's such it's so good. I've never seen it, but I'm so glad I have it, and it's so tiny. Gone are the days where books used to be this small. Now they're really big. And this was only $3, which just $3 American, but it just blew my mind. I was holy crap. So I literally went on a hunt to find all of the Tamora Pierce books that I could. And yep, so this was the first one. Then I found this one, The Realms of the Gods. This cover it's actually really good quality, but it just looks so old, it's definitely nothing like what the fantasy covers are now. But it's really cute, so whatever. But again, $3 freaking. Holy crap. This one was my favorite, Emperor Mage. It is clearly a used book because it has Simmons written on it, but that's fine. It just adds to its character. But again, I'm just so excited. I just cannot wait to add it to my shelf for her. My Tamora Pierce section is definitely the largest and the most prized. I'm very proud of it. Last of the vintage books that I found is this one, which, again, the artwork is just so much older and so not contemporary. It's totally not what you see today. But I just love it. I really do. So $3 for these books from an author that I absolutely love and would do anything to get my hands on her books. It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what a freaking bargain. Okay, so I'm not finished with Tamora Pierce yet. I found this book, Melting Stones, in the YA section. I have to admit, for someone who absolutely loves Tamora Pierce, I had no idea this book existed. I've never seen it before in my life. I've never heard of it. I've never come across it, but it was the last one and I knew I had to have it. Also, it's a hardback and it was only $6, which just blows my mind. And it's so nice too. Really good quality. I assume this is a new book based on the quality, but isn't it nice? So I am still yet to do research as to where this book fits in, because I seriously have no idea. But that'll be an adventure in itself. But I was very proud of my my 5 Tamora Pierce purchases in America for cheap, really cheap. And just FYI, even better, Sarah J. Maas and Leigh Bardugo both praised Tamora Pierce for setting up this level of female warrior, girl power type thing. So if you like middle grade or want to try something different or have kids that are like in that age range, I cannot recommend Tamora Pierce's books enough. Okay, so from the last bookstore, I then went to Barnes & Noble at the Grove. And let me just tell you, I was so excited to go there. Basically because author events are there all the time. They're either doing signings, they're just going in, signing books and then like leaving them there. And there's even like a signed section, like a specific signed book section, which is amazing. We don't have that in Australia. We don't even get like lots of authors out here. Well, authors in the genre I like anyway, or the books that I read, etc, etc, etc. So I spent quite a bit of time there just going through all the like sections and stuff, because how could you not? And so I actually went to Barnes & Noble twice. First, in the first part of the trip, and then second, in the second part of the trip. So my first part purchases, well, let's get to it. Okay, so Broken Throne, a Red Queen collection. This has recently come out and this has been in my top 5 anticipated reads of the year or releases of the year. I still haven't read it. Like, I went to Barnes & Noble telling myself that I was going to get this and I got it and I'm like, this is great, I can't wait to read it. Haven't even opened the first page. I will get to this really soon, I hope. Like, the Red Queen series was really interesting for me. There was a lot of things I loved about it and a lot of things that I was like, yeah. But overall, I did love it. I did really enjoy it. And Victoria Aveyard is like, she's just so lovely and nice. And she's actually the first author who I've got like a signed book from. So I have like a soft spot for her. But not only is this a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, it is a really beautiful cover. This is like one of the most beautiful covers I've seen. Although I tend to say that about covers that have like crowns on it. So maybe I have like some level of bias. But it's like purple and gold. Like, how can you go wrong with that? So hopefully I will read this within the next month or 2. Fingers crossed. Next we have The Wicked King. I bought this because the cover is a Barnes & Noble exclusive. There's just something about being at Barnes & Noble, getting an exclusive cover, and being from Australia where you don't have access to that every day. I really quite like it. Again, it has a crown on it and I really love this cover, so like maybe it's just like a thing that I really like. The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King. I have my own opinions on that. I think I'll do another video just to kind of give an insight to my feelings about this series, because as soon as I knew about it, The Cruel Prince, I just couldn't read it. There were like heaps of reasons why I couldn't pick it up, personal reasons that kind of just affected me, but I finally got around to it and yeah. So that's all I'll say on that one. But it's such a pretty cover and it's just, yeah, it was really good. Next we have Nexus. Zenith and Nexus had like the coolest covers, like the colors, just, yeah, everything. I was like really disappointed because the night that Sasha and Lindsay were going to be at Barnes & Noble, I was in Vegas. And I really wanted to meet them and get, you know, a book signed and everything. But instead I just went in there, bought a copy to support them and everything. I haven't fully read Zenith. I personally struggle with sci-fi, but this cover is incredible and like honestly, I'm a huge fan of Lindsay. She is amazing. They're both really good. So here it is. But so far I've only heard really good things about Nexus. So if you like sci-fi, get onto it. Zenith first and then Nexus. And it's a duology. It's a duology. So this is like the second/last book. Okay. So I'd gone upstairs to like the 3rd level where it has like all like the fantasy and the YA section. And then I go back downstairs to like the main level, and before I go to the checkout, there's like this section to like the left of it, and it had I think it was like bestsellers or something, and I'm like, all right, let's go have a look. Anyway, I would have regretted it immensely if I didn't go there because, okay, hi, this is Catwoman by Sarah J Maas, and hi again, it's signed. Okay, like this book wasn't in the signed section on the 3rd level, but this was the last copy like that I could see. So I basically had like a little like cry / freak out because I love her so much. And although I haven't read this, I'm not a huge fan of superheroes / DC icons, whatever. I'm not a huge fan of that sort of stuff, but I love Sarah J Maas, and this is a signed copy. We don't have these in Australia. Look, it is signed. It is signed, and it is amazing. And I literally could have cried, like no joke, could have cried. Am in love. Oh my god. Okay, you know how like you have like the hard copy, like this thing? There's actually 2 of them. So like someone must have put this one on the top of this one. So now I have 2 of these. Sweet. Oh yeah, dust jackets, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. I feel like that's probably why I prefer paperback, because dust jackets, like I feel like they can get ruined really easily, or in my life they would, because I'm not all that careful. Anyway, okay, so I saw that, right? So I was like on top of the world. And then I saw this, and I was like even more on top of the world. I already have 2 copies of this by accident, right? Not ideal. But then when you see this sticker, I'm like, my hand was like automatically like grabbing for it. Again, the last one. This came out recently-ish too. I'm like, well, when was Lee Bardugo at like Barnes & Noble? Probably when King of Scars came out, but like I wasn't there. No one in Australia was there. So I felt pretty special to grab this. Like, signed. I love it so much. She is amazing. She's like an inspiration in itself. She's beautiful. I love her. Yeah, so now I have 3 of these. So what do I do with the other 2? I have no idea. But I suppose there is nothing wrong with having 3 of the same journals. Maybe I'll just like write in the other 2, but not this one, because this one's special. Okay, so then bought all those, spent way too much money, went to Vegas, did some things, came back, and I'm like, okay, so Sasha and Lindsay have been to Barnes & Noble. I will go and see if there's any signed copies of Nexus, even though I've already bought one. Hi. It's signed and it was 20% off, and I was like, cool. I already have a copy and I bought it for full price, and that's fine. But now I have a signed one for 20% off. But it was fine. Now I've got 2 copies. Anyone want like a spare Nexus? I don't know. But again, beautiful cover. And signatures, officially signed. So yeah, I mean, I went to the bookstore and I accomplished getting what I wanted to. But then I normally stick to fantasy. YA/adult fantasy, I'm there for it, right? But like for a while now, I've seen this beautiful book. There's been merch done for it. People are talking about this and giving it really good reviews. I've already spoken about this book in a previous video of mine. However, this is the best book ever. This is probably one of my favorite reads of the year. And it was 20% off. They were actually in the same section. Holy crap, my best purchase ever. So freaking good. This is the only book I've read of my purchases, my physical purchases, and no regrets. Absolutely no regrets. I only read this and the second book this month in May, and no regrets. Absolutely incredible. And this was a debut novel, right? And normally I feel like authors like reflect and like, oh yeah, the first book that I ever wrote wasn't that great. This was great. This was really good. This was amazing. And if you haven't read it, read it because it is so good. Stalking Jack the Ripper. You need to read it. Okay, so they were like my physical purchases. I didn't buy any audiobooks this month because normally I like invest in audiobooks because it kind of suits my lifestyle. But here's my Kindle, and after I read Dorking Jack the Ripper, I was like, holy crap, I need the next one, which is Hunting Prince Dracula, which I've read and it's like amazing as well. So then you've got that on my Kindle. And then I also bought the third book, Escaping from Houdini, and I'm still reading that, which I didn't think I'd actually get to in May, even though it's like the end of it. But I'll finish it next month, hopefully. I've actually seen like the physical copies online, and it's a lot bigger than Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. So we'll see. Hopefully I finish it really soon because I can then get to some of these beautiful books. So that is my May haul. I'm probably going to put myself on a really strict book ban in June because I have enough books that I haven't read, you know what I mean? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 15. I have purchased 15 books this month, and that is definitely a record. I secretly hope I never do it again just because it is expensive and I don't have room for all these books right now, but no regrets. I'm very proud. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe or whatever. And yeah, I'll see you next time.